y'all.
Greetings.
We are here for the Virgo Virgin Talk. This day's episode 2, Walk on the Sun. We talking all things sunny today.
It's a little cloudy over here where I am. Yeah. The sun didn't. He wouldn't pop out right now. I guess he passed through another portal so that the rain can come. But like it's gonna be, it's a little cloudy today.
It's sunny over here, but the sun is lying.
I see it. It's shining all on your face, honey.
Don't be fooled. It's cold as hell.
Yeah, ain't that something else?
Yeah, the sun is acting like a little siren right now. Like, yeah, come outside and freeze, guys.
Yeah.
Like, nah, don't be fooled.
Yeah, ain't that something though? It can be so hot when it's out, and then it can still be out and it be so cold. Like, how does that even happen? How is that possible, son?
Right. Why? How does the sun fooling us right now with these? I don't understand that. However, I do like the greenhouse effect in my room, whereas I'll keep all the windows closed, but the blinds are open, so we'll feel the heat from the sun rays in here.
Yeah,
but we're not. Don't open that window.
Yeah, you're gonna freeze.
Don't be fooled.
Like, I really believe like it passed through some portals or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it passed through several portals to get them effects. I don't know what the weather is like today down here. I need to check the temperature, but it looks like it's kind of cool. Yeah, because the kids did run outside with a coat on. So yeah.
My kids don't even go outside.
I mean, well, they only went to the grocery store. That's going outside for them.
Exactly. I gotta tell them to go do something. Like, Zeke, don't you want to take your brother and sister? Go do something with yourself.
Take the dog for a walk. The dog needs a walk. Take the dog for a walk, please. Get a little air, stretch out a little bit.
Yeah.
Share the post live. I'm trying to share us. I don't see.
We're live up there on the
on the StreamYard, yes. But then I'm trying to share it to the Facebook.
Hold on. Oh yeah, tell us about the what tea did you choose this morning?
Oh yes, the tea. Well, I have a mixture of green tea, sarsaparilla root, juniper berry, cardamom pod, red clover flower, and I'm gonna tell you the benefits of them. Like, sarsaparilla root is great in lowering free radicals, keeping cancer and radiation and stuff from your body. Okay. Yes, we need that. Definitely need that. The juniper berry is great with vitamin C. I did not know that at all. So yeah, you can get a lot of vitamin C. It's very good source of vitamin C. Red clover flower, it treats menopause and heart diseases. We definitely need that. And green tea, it helps increase burning of the fats, improves the brain function, and also, here's what I didn't know, it helps with bad breath and prevents bad breath. Like, wow, for real? Maybe that's why a lot of people prefer the green tea in the morning besides the digestive.
Well, you know what? That's pretty cool, because most people, when they be fasting, they do like a green tea fast. So when you fast, your breath be funky. I don't know about y'all, but my breath be stank. So I think that's pretty cool. Like, I make your breath smell good, and I help you with that fasting.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. I'm like, I'm gonna sip green tea all the time, more often. It makes me go. It flows right through me like water. But it's very beneficial. I love the herbs. What you sipping on over there?
Oh, over here I got the moringa tea, which is really nice.
Girl.
It's and it's actually mixed with turmeric too. I like turmeric. I like the way it feels in my body. It's like, it's when I juice the turmeric, it's like this nice cooling feeling that come over me, especially nice for the summertime. But it's definitely good with like muscles and stuff like that. Moringa tea is actually really good with vitamin C. It actually has like way more vitamins in it than oranges. It has more potassium. The bananas. It's the greatest in all the lands.
Girl, Let me tell you, I tried some moringa tea a long time ago when I was in my early 20s. I called myself like getting up every morning, drinking some moringa tea and getting fit, getting toned up, getting my body right or whatever that I had that first child. Girl, I almost killed myself. Because moringa will curb your appetite, okay? Girl, I didn't eat for 3 days. Do you hear me? I was like, oh my God, it's working a little bit too much. Even when I want to eat, I only eat like, girl, I swear, I ate like a cracker and water.
Crazy.
Yes, I was slim and looking fine though. I was slim and looking fine and nice, and I was toned up pretty good. But yeah, the moringa is very powerful. Very.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I'm really enjoying it. It is a good wake up. Mm-hmm. It does feel nice, and it's not like, I like teas that have a punch. This one don't really have too much of a punch, but I'm not mad about it because it just feels good.
Yeah. So, well, in like the tea bag to the herbs to the water ratio, how much do you put in yours? Because I feel like I need like at least 3 tea bags for mine and half a cup of water.
Oh, okay. So you like yours? I settle. I'll do 1 tea bag per cup. I won't go get too crazy. I be wanting to, but I won't.
You do 1 tea bag?
Yeah, I'll do 1 tea bag. It's been a couple like other teas, like green tea. I'll do 2 tea bags because I feel like green tea is like a little bland for me.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like I'll hang out with 1 tea bag.
Oh, okay. Well, I like to have company, so I also forgot I had the peppermint in there as well, so I guess that's gonna help you out with your breath too then, huh?
Oh yeah, that's a nice combo. Yep.
But I just love the way that the menthol and peppermint feels when it goes out. It creates like a finishing effect for me, while I'm sipping. It's like, yes, it is done.
I do like that. I do like that cool feeling that mint brings when you're drinking, especially like in the wintertime when I'm feeling a little stuffy.
Absolutely.
Yes, it definitely brings a nice feeling.
Yeah, peppermint is always a go-to for me. If you can't get a hold of anything else, grab you some peppermint. Peppermint teas or peppermint tea.
Anytime, any season, anytime, any place.
Anytime.
Dealing with allergies, go and get that peppermint tea. If you want to boost your immune system, go ahead and get that moringa. Vitamin C out here is definitely a really good booster, and it also helps heal people as well. So, which is cool because I'm about to go outside and be around people for a little bit, so I'm gonna need that.
Oh yeah, give everybody a tea bag, moringa tea bag as well.
Yeah, just keep one in my hair or something.
Yeah. Look, sis, I got some for you right here.
Word. Before we move on into the interview, I wanted to do some business shout outs. There's some events we got coming up. There's some business shout outs. Like I said, I got to go outside and be around people today. Today I'll be at His and Hers in Philadelphia. That's on 216 South Street. Yeah.
You like to hang out in Philly a lot, though. Yes, Philly's a dope city, though.
Yeah, it is. It's always stuff to do. It's always places to go. And it's a lot of open mics. It's definitely a big like space for a lot of different healers that come together. Like this individual we're going to interview in a little bit, which I'm really excited about. He is also a healer from Philadelphia. In addition to the His and Hers event today, which is from 4 to 9 p.m. In Philly, we also have the High Soul Gathering, which is a camping event, which will be in May, June, July, and August. It's a weekend of camping. There's going to be healers coming together, sound therapy. I'll be there with my Less Nobody's products and we'll be doing games and stuff. It's family friendly. There will be activities out there for the youth to do. There'll be like bonfires. You know how you write your intentions and you throw stuff in the flames. There'll be some things like that.
I've never done that before.
Yeah, I'm excited because one, I've never been camping like that. Two, it's like going camping with like the healing community tribe type energy. I'm very excited about, It'll be a dope experience for me and my son. So it's 1 weekend a month. Usually that third weekend is the tickets are available on Eventbrite, and it's an opportunity to purchase season passes. So, if you want to come like every month, that would be cool because it'll be like a rejuvenation thing. I was thinking about it like, oh, this would be cool. It's like, getting you ready for the month, like a spiritual cleanse to get you ready for the next 30 days.
Right.
Come back for the next spiritual cleanse. Like, I think that would be really fly. So
that's what
I'm excited about
that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then that last weekend, Cosmic Nobody's convention is actually teaming up with High Soul The Gathering, and that's where we'll be hosting the Cosmic Nobody's convention on the campus.
Oh, that is dope. Shout outs to Cosmic Nobody's convention.
Yes, very excited about that. So grateful the nomination phase is over. That was a lot to keep up with. It was a lot. Yes. It was so many different avenues of communication and trying to put those on flyers and on the website. And we'll be announcing the official nominees on the 4th, which is, Monday? 4/4 will be announcing the official nominees during the planetary forecast. So
okay, cool.
Yeah. And then it'll be live on the website. Everybody can start voting on Monday as well. So lots of stuff happening on Monday. Monday is a fun day.
Okay, yes, it is. I feel like this month is passing by pretty quickly.
March was crazy fast. I feel like April is going to be crazy.
We on the second day of April already.
Right, and it already feels like we in the third week. Like, yeah, this is going to be crazy.
Yes.
But Aries energy is that initiator, that quick, fast, that fire-like energy. So the fact that April even moves fast is definitely like that Aries energy being activated. And it's like for the earth signs like myself, all we want to do is take a nap. Girl, I want to sleep.
Yes.
Some people, like if you're already a fire energy, you're probably out here making everybody else upset. Or if you're an air energy, you probably flaming other people's fire and stuff.
I was just going to say that. I was like, what help this Aries energy just move on fast? Because them Aries, they will work under your skin, especially a Virgo. They love, honey.
See, I've gotten so aware of other people's energies that like they don't bother me because I can compartmentalize. Like, oh, this is that flame energy. I don't really want to deal with it. So you're not about to trigger me, but I know where this is coming from. Type vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's very easily to they're very transparent people. I can say that they're very easy. Mm-hmm. You know where the source of this fire is coming from. You already know it. But how you choose to entertain it with them, they'll try to trick you into entertaining it with them, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
they'll try to really pick at you. They really pick at you or whatever in order to give them that.
they like in their mind and their intentions, because I got a couple Aries friends and he's definitely like that, but in his mind his intentions is, I got this great idea and I want to give it life, and I see where you can play in that, and he's learning in his path. He can't force other people to play the roles he wants them to play on his stage. He can only force himself to play those roles, which was a hard realization for him. And even now in this space, he gets sad when he talk about like, I can't make people do stuff I want them to do. I'm like, no, it's not the way it works.
Not the way you work. It's not the way.
But like, he cool. And there's a couple Aries that, I slide up in them DMs. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
I like Aries vibes romantically. I like that taking charge initiative energy, because I be in charge everywhere else.
Yeah, so it's good to have somebody that covers that. Right. Because we're so used to being headstrong and taking initiative and being assertive about a lot of stuff.
Right. Like sometimes I just need a break. Like, how about you do it?
Yeah.
You take initiative. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a good, you can chill back, cop a slide, you know what I'm saying? Sip your tea, and just watch they work.
Yep. Sometimes that's all I'm trying to do. Mm-hmm. But that's what I got for events. We have Conscious Open Mic Night on April 22nd in Turnersville at Miss Celie's Blues. I'll be there performing and vending as well. Cross your fingers on my transportation situation. Y'all know I was in a car accident and stuff. And then we have the Flat Earth Battle Series, which is every second and fourth Wednesday. So if anybody's interested in participating in the Flat Earth Battle Series, that's definitely up there for grabs. Any business shout outs or events you got going over there, Danielle?
I haven't had any events so far going on around here. I know that they having the spring fling thing down at the Civic Center. That's so much with that. As far as like with the healers, well, that's something for the kids. So yeah, and my children have been begging me to go, and I think about going out there in that crowd. But I'm just gonna make sure I have all my daggone stones and stuff, and be wrapped up in my copper and everything else in my shroud if I could, because there's so many different energies to be around, and I've lately not liked to be around a huge crowd of people, and then we're touching and stuff, people come to bump into me and stuff like that, because it's a lot of low energy here in this city. I will say that, but we're gonna try to reverse that, one person at a time.
That's how I feel about the Cherry Hill Mall. I don't want to be around all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, because there's always something bad and tragic that goes down there. Whenever they have it. So we shall see. We shall see. As far as business shout outs, I like to give a shout out to the Beauty Plug, Letitia Chun. She has a business to where she provides vendors for you. She creates logos. Believe she can build your website, labels. She's also a makeup artist. She's the one that did my makeup. I'm one of her beauty models, one of her plug beauties, what she calls us. We have a photo shoot on the 23rd we're going to do. We're going to be live still doing that at the same time. We're going to get my makeup done and doing our Virgo Virgin Talk as well. So that should be interesting. I'm going to show you how I'm looking like a real celebrity, get my face beat.
Yeah, I'm excited for that episode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and we're doing a photo shoot later on that day. So that'd be pretty dope. That's a lot of fruit. Oh, wow. That's all the business that I can think of so far at the top of my head right now. But trust me, by the end of the show, I'll give another shout out too, because something's gonna come to my mind.
All right, bet. Well, without further ado, we're gonna get started with our interviewee today. His name is Rasheen Anthony. He is a multifaceted artist, creator, healer, business owner. I like Anwar. He's one of my favorite interviewers. And one thing I like about him is he'll go like dig up his own stuff and blast it. I didn't dig too far into the archives, but as I get more comfortable in that part in life, I'll definitely start digging into our interviewees. But I just wanted to play a little video that he posted on Instagram before we get started with his interview.
Right.
I don't want no stress, anxiety can't get no love from me. Becoming my higher self, steady gaining wealth, reaffirming my divinity. I will not worry, I will not let fear infect my legacy. In a competition with me, working diligently, embracing my TLC.
Hey. So that's a little clip of how she be coming. I love what he does with the songs. That is fly. So without further ado, we're gonna bring my mans into the to the stream.
I just swore that was a live performance right there, sis.
Right?
He said he can't hear
me.
He had said that he couldn't hear me. Can everyone else hear me?
I can hear you.
Everybody else, let me know if you guys can hear it.
Hold on 1 second. We're going to get this right.
Yeah, we're going to get everything together. If every one of you, if you'll drop a hello down, not a hello, greetings down in the comments. Let us know that you're here, where you're from.
For real. I was doing different I was doing a little research or whatever on different suns and things like that. I had found out a couple of really fun facts. I guess I will share a couple of fun facts.
Yeah, let's hear that. I really need to know about this sun because since he ain't popping around over here, but his light is present, I didn't know what he's doing, and maybe what you have discovered might explain a little bit more about why I ain't seen him out here today. Yeah.
So, like, the sun is not solid; it's gas, right? Mm-hmm. And then in the inside of the sun, like the quote unquote core, it's like all these helium molecules, atoms, if you will, being like so close together that like they're producing, like they're fusing together. And when they're fusing together, they're creating hydrogen. And hydrogen bonds, you know, they're really strong. Like water, you ever tried to belly flop on the water? That shit hurt. So so like it's creating like really strong bonds. Honestly, I don't really know too much about why we can see the sun when we can't feel it. That's a good question. I'm gonna look into that one. But I was getting into like the fact that the sun is actually all the colors. But when you get into how visible light travels, that's why we see certain things the way we see them. Like on some lazy shit, purple and blue are easier to see, so you're going to see more blue. Not too much purple going on, but you're going to see more blue. Because the light is just bouncing off the molecules in the air.
That is so interesting. Never knew that many. Well, when I remember when we was in school, we used to always do the solar system, but everybody wanted to do a planet. Nobody really focused on the sun, okay? And how important and how it is essential to our planet. I'm gonna say our planet speaking, because I don't know what part it plays as far as like with Pluto, because Pluto is so far away from it. According to how they have it set up.
Right.
You know, from what we were taught. But yeah, that is a mystery to me. Oh, the sun is starting to peep out now. I see it. It's very exciting. He's trying to make his appearance though. But yeah, he has a great effect on how it nourishes the earth. Now, vitamin D, I didn't know that light can produce a vitamin essential to the body. Or is it that our skin or our body produces that vitamin according to the reaction from the sun?
I think it's like the reaction from the sun. It's kind of like that whole photosynthesis type situation. It's when the energy aligns. Because we're all just balls of energy, honestly. As above, so is below. So when you think about it, when I think about the sun, I think about our solar plexus. That's in our ethers. That's like our gut, where our stomach acid is, that burns everything and stuff like that.
Right.
Our stomach burns. Our stomach can make the rest of our body burn when we're angry. It makes us, burn when something don't feel right. Different things like that. So
yes,
I feel like that's like an imitation of the sun, and just like Earth is just like a floating dust nugget around the sun. Like if you want to look at the sun like it's Saturn and just say all these little planets, these meteors, these meteorites, these comets and nebulas and all that stuff, we're just little dust nuggets floating around the sun.
Yeah, ain't that something? Like,
and there's so many of them.
Little speck.
Yeah, like we just
nothing to the sun.
We're like a part of the ring around the sun, pretty much. Like if you take some steps back, it probably looked like the sun had rings around it, which is just us little floating on dust rocks and stuff around each other. But everything has an EMF. Like everything has an electromagnetic field because everything is so infinite. Like we're not just a physical self. In fact, the physical self is just like the most dense parts of us. It's still not solid. It's just the most dense parts of us. The same way like the sun's core isn't solid. It's just really fucking dense.
Yeah.
But I think all that stuff is interesting. science makes my heart twinkle in a special way.
Oh yeah, you're a very great teacher of science. And science was one of my favorite subjects as well. I couldn't wait to go to Mr. Shout out to Mr. McClanahan.
Hey.
My 8th grade science teacher. He looked like Santa Claus, white guy with he had white hair and a white beard at that time. He still got it. And he used to have those transitional glasses. He's coming from outside the stage. That's so cool. But yeah, we learned a lot in his science class, and I used to love to pay attention. Actually, he's the most memorable science teacher I had. Besides Mr. Markowski, 6th grade science. But yeah, Mr. McClanahan was my all-time favorite science teacher. He made it fun. He made it to where we could understand. He broke it. He had a great way of breaking it down. It's good to give information, straight from a text or whatever, when you have your own special way of teaching and breaking it down to your students, and putting it another way, make it relatable to them. Yeah, that's a dope form of teaching. So yeah, I will shout out to my teacher. Yeah. But science, it's a wonderful thing. It's my only subject I had interest in, actually. Our guest says he cannot hear or see either one of us.
I know, and I'm like, how? Because I can see, and we're definitely live. Uno momento, y'all.
At first, he could only hear you. Liverberry is great with vitamin C. Are we delayed on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
It's well, one thing I do notice about the live for the show, like last time when I looked on my page, once I shared it, I could see us like in live action. Right here, it shows him on a still photo, and it says this video is live now.
That's because I had like pre-scheduled it and stuff. It wasn't a last minute post and stuff, so that kind of changes the way it's posted. Right. Even though I don't really care for this one in comparison to us doing it last minute and just like going live. I kind of like it better, but this was like, as far as like, I don't know, it's like, which side of the sword you want to lay on?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is cool because I can like post it early ahead of time, but I had assumed that it would play like the same way the last one was. But.
Right. Well, you never know with technology though. We always make an assumption to rely on it. That we can rely on it. I see that it kind of rolls when you try to add him in still. He said finally it works. Okay,
he might have to give the camera permissions and stuff. If you don't, how Zoom works. If you don't give them permission to use the camera and the microphone, it
ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah. I'm like, really? I gotta give y'all my permission in order to use and stuff? What if I don't feel that way? Well, you just can't talk. You can't do nothing. You can't get
right. None of that. None of that. Oh, okay. So when I was doing my research, these are my 2 fun facts. So it was this one fact that was kind of crazy. So I started getting into like sun gods and ancient civilization on the sun and stuff like that, right? So it was this whole story about Nimrod. Now, when I studied the Bible, I was like this big. I'll admit I started making time to study other things, and I'm coming back. Whatever. I guess I gotta get out the habit of over explaining myself. So the story of Nimrod. All right, so Noah had a son who had Nimrod. And Nimrod said that he was the sun god and stuff like that. But then he ended up getting killed by his uncle, which was it Noah's son's brother or Noah's brother? One of them.
I don't know. I don't know if Noah had a brother by memory. Okay, he had 3 sons, all right? Shem,
so it must have been Noah's son's brother.
Okay. Maybe we're gonna make that assumption.
Okay.
Or are we going to research it to see?
Right. I should have wrote down the whole story. I didn't write the whole story. I was like, I'm gonna remember this. So then he killed Nimrod and spread his body across the, in different places. The same story as Offset, and Offset, right?
Right.
And then the wife was like being weird about it. So she was like, yeah, still keeping off the story that Nimrod was the son of God. So she didn't lose like her divine place. So then she had a baby, and her baby was Tammuz. I don't know. I know I butchered that. It's Tammuz. And
it's a lot about this extended Noah story I don't know about.
Right. And then his birthday was on December 5th, right? So when it was a catastrophe that happened. I believe maybe it was another flood that came or something. And then that's when the families got separated, and that's when we started living and residing on different continents, right? Once Pangea split.
Yeah, so that's accurate to say that Pangea had split once the flood had happened. It would make sense, right?
No, I think it happened after that. After Noah's Ark. I don't know. That's when the shit get real fuzzy. Because
how many years after though, sis?
That was like 3 generations. And back then their years was different. I think their years was like 290 something. Or 2 something. So niggas was like 100 and 200 years old.
900 years old. Yeah.
They counted their years of different.
Yeah.
But something happened, and that's how everybody got the story. So everybody had their own sun god, because everybody, no matter what part of the world, and this is the fascinating thing about humans, like even when we split up into 7 continents, we still were parallel to each other's behavior. The same thing now, where we have like those funny memes where they're like, damn, we all really grew up in the same house, but we didn't. Right. Everybody's mom had the same sarcastic sayings. We all got ass whoopings for the same stuff. We ate the same snacks. Right. We all kind of had the same. It's like so many parallel universes, and that's why it's so cool, to watch, to take a few steps back and watch. But even on different continents, we were like, the sun brings life and energy. We had solar powered homes, and, people were learning how to harness solar energy since ancient times. So like in Egypt and the pyramids and stuff like that, a lot of that stuff was situated in a certain way to where like they were getting sunlight in their homes and whatever, and they didn't have to deal with daylight savings time bullshit and stuff. Everybody was really just going by the sun. Right. But they all decided that their sun god's birthday was December 25th because of like the story of Tammuz being born on the 25th. So they all got like misconstrued stories about that, but that's not really Christ's birthday. They don't even use the same months like that. But yeah.
I used to study in a Jehovah's Witness when I was younger, probably about 11 or so. And from what they're saying is that he was born in September. So maybe it makes sense that he was a Virgo. But okay, also they were saying that like sheep wouldn't be herding around that time of the year in December. There wouldn't be shepherds and stuff like that. Other just facts about how the culture was and what they did, then around that time. So they say that he was conceived in December and born in September.
Yeah, I saw that September 6th. I was like, okay, Virgo gang, that's why I rocks with Jesus. I thought he was a cool dude. And it's crazy because he be trying to talk on the same stuff I'll be talking about, like fuck the government, fuck money, stop all that bullshit. The temple is inside of you. You gotta believe. If you don't, then you're not gonna do shit. Like, he ain't saying nothing we ain't been saying. It's just people don't listen. People would rather look at you as a person than listen.
Yeah, they run away and do another thing. That man ain't never say worship him. That man ain't never said none of that. He probably look like I ain't told y'all niggas to do none of
All
that
that
shit.
stuff y'all talking about, I ain't never said.
I ain't never said that. When you saw me walking here, didn't you see me doing like to give you an example of what the Father wants, what the Most High wants?
I know a Bible toter is probably cringing at this part of our segment. Oh my God, everything they're saying is wrong. Yeah, it probably is wrong, but it makes more sense.
God. I mean, yeah, he's God. We're all gods. Yeah, you say that, but he ain't say none of that about what y'all. It's getting to the point where you just have Christianity, which is just based on Christ or whatever, and just worshiping Christ in it instead of because they throw out the whole Old Testament now. They don't preach on the Old Testament, like they just like the New Testament from Matthew on up. Okay, Matthew, Psalms, all that, whatever, in Revelation, certain points of Revelation. Because I remember the churches I went to, they did not like to talk about Revelation a lot. But yeah, the only part they want to hear about that with the kids.
That's the divination book when they start telling the future and playing with red magic and shit.
Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like that. But all that, was happening then, back then too.
I like Ezekiel. Ezekiel is a good book. My man was going around criticizing everything. Calling everything stupid. Look at these thirsty bitches over here. Look at these thirsty ass bones over there. Everybody.
So much you named the sun out there, didn't you?
I hate it here. Look at all these humans out here mourning in the temple. Oh yeah, that was another thing. So in Ezekiel, right?
Yeah.
The book of Ezekiel goes to the temple and he sees women mourning Tammuz because Tammuz died. And he died on his 40th birthday, and they mourned for 40 days. That's what started Lent. So that's why I never did Lent. I talked to my other friends that I don't know if they ever did it. I think they just be talking shit too. I'm not giving up nothing. I give up stuff when I want to give up. But the mindset behind that was the things that we give up for those 40 days, he gets to overindulge in those 40 days. So we're giving them up so that he can enjoy them in his afterlife.
So giving up.
So it has nothing to do with cleansing your spirit. It's a pagan ritual.
I don't want to give up junk food,
He gave it up so he could eat it.
He's going to indulge in junk food and stuff. Like, we got to think about like how that's making sense, though. How is that going to make sense? On to our benefits to someone else's downfall. That's what it is. Because if I want to cleanse myself of low vibrational people, he's not gonna be able to enjoy that. Unless he want to torment them.
Nope.
But that's some interesting facts. We have to look. We're gonna research that some more.
Right. Yeah. Let's research that some more. But I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
That's the story of the sun god in the Bible.
Wow. But no one speaks about that though.
Nobody speaks about that. They did it wrong. Thanks a lot, Babylonians. You did it again.
Yeah. But Jesus is the Son.
Yeah, Jesus is the Son.
Mm-hmm.
And
gotta find his real name though.
In Persia, they had Mithra. Mithra is so Constantine.
Oh.
When Constantine was ruling, he had also Mithra is the Persian god of the sun or whatever. So when Constantine was ruling, he had to pretend like he was Roman Catholic or whatever, so that he could be, liked or whatever, likable. But what he was doing, he was still praising Mithra. So he put a lot of Mithra holidays into the Roman Catholic setup. So that's why a lot of the Christianity stuff is also pagan.
Yes.
It's a lot of pagan infiltration in Christianity.
Oh yes.
But same thing with like African divination being intertwined in it as well.
Because those stories, those were written first. They were already established then. So yeah, when I look at it as a remix of a remix, you know, with a little twist.
Mm-hmm.
But you just pick out the meat and bones. You can learn from anything. You can learn from the Bible. You can learn from the Quran. You can learn from the Torah. You can find out information and see how a lot of things they correlate to each other too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Like the Akkadian son of God is Shemesh, right? Shemesh lives the same life as the Egyptian sun god Ra. They are, they be in the chariot and they be in the sky by day, and then at night they take their chariot to the underworld, and now they're the gods of the underworld at night. Same type time. They're the gods of justice as well.
Isn't that like a Greek god that's like that?
Helios.
Hades, right?
Apollo.
Okay.
Helios on the golden on the fire chariot being dragged across the sky. Yeah, it's nothing new under the sun. Everything is the same. Everything is parallel from one another. It's it's really cool. And it's also like, I don't be trying to humble other people. I keep all my sarcasm in my head for the most part because everybody's so damn sensitive. But like when people be like, yeah, we made it first and we're the right ones and I just be making jokes in my head like, bro, we live in parallel universes. Everybody got the same reality. Like humans were able to go to different parts of the world, develop totally different genetically, like physical phenotype speaking, and still come up with the same spirituality, whether you're pagan, Druid, Aztec, West African, Ifa, Yoruban, it don't matter. Like it all has the same roots to elements being personified. For some reason we have the need to personify elements. Period.
Yeah. I think we all want to know where where it originates from, because we just want to know like where the oldest information is, because that's probably like the most closest to being the truest or the foundation of where all this comes from.
Yeah, it's like going back to when you first got out the womb. You like, like I know I did something back then. Like I gotta go back to that.
I gotta go back. Like, okay, I came out of my mother's womb. She came out of her mother's womb. She came out of her mother's womb. She came out of her mother's womb. Who? But did the very first person come out of the womb too? How far back do these wombs go?
It's so crazy. It's really fun. It's really fun to look at on different angles, from different angles. It's very fun to work, especially like on the physical level. I don't get too caught up on the physical level of things because physical has so many boundaries and restrictions and things. But I will come back and be grounded because that's where everybody want to be for some reason. But, I do like what we were talking about the other day when you was like, why do we feel like we have to be physically somewhere to say we have teleported or we have traveled or we're at?
Yeah, we asked about each other's superpowers. If it was a superpower, what would you have? I think I said I want to be invisible. And you want to be able to teleport, right? I was like, oh yeah, that's a good one.
I'll still be late for everything, but it would be fun getting there. Yeah. Like, yes, I'm from the future. Like, you're 5,000 years late, sunshine. Like, oh, well, I'm here now, so I made it, y'all. But like, I thought that concept was dope. Like, that blew my mind. I was concentrating on that for a minute. Like, why do I have to physically be there and be physically touching things for me to say that I'm there? If we know the power of astral projection, the power of the mind, etc., like if I imagine it in my brain, don't that make it true? Don't that make it happen? Because that's how other people be moving, you know. And that's really how you get past things. I'm insecure in crowded spaces, but I would date guys that weren't, because it just was like I feel protected. So one thing was like when smoking was illegal and you can get in trouble. Well, I be around people that smoke. They don't give a fuck. So like they would just light their blunt and just smoke outside, and I'd be like, in my face, I'm so nervous. Like, why are you doing that? We're gonna get in trouble. And he's like, no, you gotta smoke like you supposed to be doing that. Like you.
Yeah, you good. We got you.
And
that's the best. Ain't nobody.
Right. He's like, you smoke like you smoking a cigarette. Like, and who gonna say something to you? They might look at you surprised, like how you looking at me right now, but they're not gonna say nothing to me because I look like I'm supposed to be here. And lo and behold, nobody said. We even walked past a police officer that just looked at us and kept the move because he was just so confident, and I wasn't trying to lock eyes.
Yeah.
So it was like, I was like, oh, so like if you do like have it set in your mind, like this is what it is. Like you could really. That's how Ponzi schemes, the first ever Ponzi scheme, that man was looking everybody in the eyes and was like, Ziggy Zaggy, I got you. and it was happening.
Yeah, that was my question. Like, could your body handle like time warping or be able to go, teleport like that? I'm just thinking about like the physical part of it, Right. I don't know why I like to think about the scientific or the physical parts of the
because that's what limits us. That's what limits us from doing things. Like there's a scientific study that if you make sounds the same frequency as the sun, which is 126.22 hertz, if you make sounds on the same frequency as the sun, you can see in the sun. You can start seeing the rivers and lakes and the physical structures. And it's like, isn't that what we're doing here? Maybe because we speak the same frequency as the earth, on some Batman shit, like that's bouncing sound waves and creating the structures the same way people are utilizing that frequency to see. Because it's like, are you seeing things that's already there, or is your mind creating those things and making it so it's true? Because that's like the debate with astrology, period. Yeah. Is astrology created because of the power of our mind to say, okay, this is this and that's that, and because we believe it to be true is true? Or is the cosmos really like these big celestial beings whose EMFs are so powerful and strong, they affect our EMFs? I think both can be true at the same time.
I think it could. I think we see more with our mind, and then we see with our eyes physically. Because we process a whole lot of thoughts and our brain sends so many signals in so many different places out in our body and out our body. So so as far as like with vision, we see I'm a thinker and I stay in my head a lot and I daydream a lot. I'm daydreaming now as we talk. And I'm seeing a lot of different things as I'm talking to you right now. I see you physically, you know what I'm saying, but I'm seeing other stuff in my head. I vision other things. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So just the seeing of the eyeballs, the function of the eyeballs is secondary, what I believe.
Right.
So having the experience of the superpower of being able to teleport to the past and the future and the present, we can have the experience in our mind, but somehow as an earthling, we have to physically want to be there to say we got the full experience. Just because we're mortal. Just because
we get so stuck in the physical of things. Mm-hmm. It's like if we gotta physically be there for it to be real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that makes it so cool because I see in so many places in my mind.
Mm-hmm. And we are terrestrial. So we are people we are beings of the land here,
Right.
So
I'm trying to be extraterrestrial.
Yeah,
I want to be on the outer.
I feel you on the extraterrestrial shit. Yeah. I feel you on that.
I want to be on the extra lands, and then I want to be on the outer limits of the lands.
Maybe us as our spirit is extraterrestrial, and our body is only terrestrial. Mm-hmm. So we're both.
Yeah, I believe that we both the higher and lower self. It's just more so. It's like the lower self can become such a when you think of like the crabs in a barrel theory, the physical self can be such a bottom crab.
Yeah.
Like to when like the higher self is trying to ascend and trying to grasp things on its own without the physical self. The physical self be like, nah, you need me. If you don't got me, whatever it is that you're trying to do don't really exist. And that's not true.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's not true. We can do things together, but I don't need you to exist. We're gonna take a 60 seconds. I'm gonna play this promo shout out for Yumbe, who has who puts out music, Yumbe Music. We're gonna play this, and we're gonna get back to this Sun Talk because it's getting good.
It is.
Finding quality R&B music in the current market is like finding a needle in a haystack. So what do you do if you're an R&B fan looking for something new to get your teeth into? You get frustrated by the choice, get disappointed by the talent, get bored of the same old. Solution, introducing Young Bae's True American album. Visit thebaemusic.com. That's the solution. Visit thebaemusic.com.
That is some dope music right there. I was vibing to that. Vibing that. I was like, yeah, I like that. I'm gonna definitely go check it out. I had to write it down.
Right, please do. His sounds are actually really dope. I was listening to him on YouTube. I added him to a playlist or whatever, what have you. I guess we could start adding a playlist on Virgo Virgin Talk. Start making a public playlist of people's sounds because it's a few different really good artists on my Facebook page. But shout out to Yumbe for participating in Virgo Virgin Talk. Y'all make sure y'all check them out.
Yeah, it gave me some drum vibes. Remember the drums? Yeah, it kind of gave the. I was like, okay, well, I like this. You know, he has his own style and stuff. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out.
I like it a lot.
Yes. There are so many artists that's not on a mainstream, that are local, that needs to be discovered and heard. I mean, they're just as talented as what you're hearing on radio, or even more talented than because now I'm just starting to hear a lot of stuff I really don't care to hear. More and more often. But yeah, I love to discover local artists or independent artists. Is he? Is Sheen coming in?
He stopped loading, but now I'm trying to see why we can't see or hear him.
It's amazing how time is flying because we're already 53 minutes into it.
Right. Thank you to everybody for tapping in. Okay, yay. Okay. Yay. Hey, She.
Hey. Greetings.
Okay, we got you. Wait, we can't hear you, love. She, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you, our Virgo brother.
Oh, yeah, I love that shirt. That shirt fly.
Yeah, I gotta get one too. V-neck.
Nope, not yet. Is your microphone hooked like on the your main thing? Do you got the right mic hooked up onto the website? Cause that be happening.
How about now?
Oh yeah, see, look, we gonna get it. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
We gonna get it.
Ain't nothing gonna stop us.
Yeah, we here.
All this time I'm sitting over here. I was sitting here backstage, then I was in the stage, then I was like, you know, what was in my mind was a game of double dutch, and you just don't know when to jump in because there's so many gems that's being dropped. And meanwhile, you saying I was loaded. So now I'm saying like, as I was just talking
like this. Waiting for that rope, find the right opportunity to get up in there.
Yo, but I was, the funny part about it is that as I was listening, I started talking, and then when I realized, I was like, oh, so they can't hear me. Because I know. I know this thing not working. So no, thank goodness for the space, the opportunity to have a conversation. There were so many aspects that I wanted to jump into, but I couldn't say anything, apparently.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, I remember a couple. It was the elements, and then it was what our gift is, like as far as what our power is. So I was just thinking about all that. Then the sun, within the sun awakening, but the colors that we may see is blue. But what if we're connected to a different color spectrum? Like I was just going through the ways that y'all was just mercurial.
Yep, we just be going.
Yeah, Mercurians.
Oh man. But yes, I appreciate y'all. I'm about to just get set up now because now I got to reset up. Now there's an echo going on because I had set up over here and I came over here. So apparently StreamYard is not mobile user friendly.
No, I do not think that StreamYard is mobile friendly. I think that you have to have a laptop or a computer.
Hey, Akia. Hey,
we've
my
been
sis.
learning that the long way.
I was looking at the comments.
Oh yes, peace.
I want to get her on the show as well. That's my sis, who's Danielle Combs as well.
Hey.
And she has the Yoni business as well. She has holistic healing, and she's deep into agriculture as well. That's yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Uh-huh. Yes. She's a planter too. She harvests and grows her own stuff.
That's
her own
fun.
herbs. Yes.
Now we can get into it.
All right. You ready? Ready for you?
Yes, because I had to get my tea, my Virgo tea, with my Virgo shirt on.
Hey.
Shout out to TJ.
I love TJ. He just came out with that's another artist y'all gotta check out for. He just came out with a music project.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe his listening party is today.
It's today? Oh yeah, it is today. And he invited me, and I was like, "Dang, I'll be at his and hers." And I had got signed up for that months ago. I was kind of hoping his would be a little bit later because I was gonna catch it.
Yes. So, what we got lined up now? Should we get into interviewing? Mr.
Yes. So you called us earlier when we was talking about favorite powers. So what would your superpower be?
Oh, I feel like it's materialization, which can also be taken as telekinesis, or or just telepathy, or just multiple telekinetic powers. Because I just feel like that's how we materialize what we manifest in this realm. Because y'all was talking about the elements, and I'm like, I feel like we're the avatar for like we really like just own avatars within each body. We got all the abilities to materialize what we want to like create on this world using the elements. So I think about that in this world, like with the sun being able to get to this higher frequency, because this is like a new sun at this moment, because there's people talking about Jesus is coming back. When you have a lot of people feeling that energy, I feel like it's because the energy that's radiating within us is changing our anatomy. So that means a lot of people are just waking up to the divine vessel within themselves, which is the ability to materialize all the elements.
Yep. And that whole like Jesus coming back thing, I think is significant because like I believe, because you guys know that I'm very much into astrology, but like just how like constellations, they be having their own like meteor showers and stuff like that, and how like physically speaking, that's basically putting the minerals back into the soil, the sand, wherever those meteors land on Earth or any other planet for that will. I feel like that's us too on a solar flare level. If we souls and we're solar beings, like we just solar flares. So to say Jesus is coming back, who's to say Jesus ain't come back 1,000 times at the same time? And
then back 1,000 times, honey. And we who is him Selassie? They believe.
Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey. You could say Bob Marley.
So many. I feel like
they all gonna have a different type of personality or whatever, but still on the same, walk in the same mission.
Tupac, the old one and the new one.
The old Tupac and new Tupac.
There's a lot of people that's on the same purpose for the same reason. So like that's nice to see, like how one aspect of us can be. I feel like the main part of Jesus, when they say it in the Bible, is just mainly that he's seen divine oneness, which is the first universal law. So if he's seen that I'm a God and you're a God as well, and God is love, and we're just loving on purpose, that just makes us the source. And I feel like that was what he was recognized within everybody, is that you can choose what frequency you want to be on as well, even though we all have hellish frequencies and we have godlike frequencies, but you can choose what frequency it is that you want to be. And I see that in the reflection of you and me. So, but then they're like, blasphemy, you say you a God.
Yeah, you can't tell certain people that. You can't even call them a queen or a king, honey.
Yo.
It's the emotional attachment to words. It's like, why do you let words invoke you so much? Even if on a positive level, words shouldn't be able to invoke you, because that means like you very vulnerable to spells. Like anybody can come around you and say something to you, and it'll have you feeling however they want you to feel.
Yeah.
And this is why I really love when you create these the flatter battles, because like a lot of people realize that why is it so easier for me to say negative things, but then when it comes time for me to say positive things, now I don't know what to say. Now I'm thinking about the gender of this person instead of what may be nice about them, or whatever. You so quick to look up their Instagram to find all the bad things about their lives and all the things that you can point out about their features and this and that, but you can't even look on a person's Instagram and see all the great things about them or what they're doing or how they're carrying themselves energetically. Like that kind of shifts people's mindset a lot.
Right.
A lot of people don't even realize that.
Read on the negative stuff, though. It's so easy and so hard to give somebody a compliment. Like, wow, I love complimenting people. I don't look at anyone as competition or anything. I don't. I don't look at you negatively until you give me a reason to. You know what I'm saying? So. Me, I give you the benefit of the doubt. I think everyone is this wonderful being, I think everyone is happy, even if you have resting bitch face all the time, I think you're a happy person on the inside. That's just how you looking right now,
Right.
So you show me otherwise, okay, all right, you're not what I thought you was. You're not the reflection of me I thought you were. So I'm going to either leave you alone, because I know how I'm going to get, if it gets just too far disrespectful. So we don't want to disrespect you. I want to be nice and bubbly.
Right. I want to be cool.
I want to be cool with you. I want to help heal you. I want you to help heal me too. But everybody ain't on that mission though. But we're working on it one person at a time.
And I thought it was funny, like even individuals that know how to speak kindly to others, don't fully understand the power of music. Like we always been writing. Don't let nobody take that away from us. Like we had alphabets, we was writing. We taught individuals how to write before they learned how to make spells. But at the same token, a lot of our spiritual invocation, a lot of our stories, the best way our crystals hold memory is through sound. Like even through our children, our bones mimic the makeup of crystal quartz, and we know crystal quartz are the memory quartz. That's the memory stone. That's the memory crystal. If you want to put memories and stories into something, you're going to do it into a quartz. So we know, like even like our babies coming in with like new stories on their body as their body is molding and forming and things like that. So knowing this about music, knowing this about sounds and frequencies and the patterns of those sounds and frequencies is very interesting to me, where I would be talking to somebody who's probably not as aware about music as I am in that retrospect, but definitely aware of things that come out their mouth. And when it's time to freestyle, or I'll notice them on Instagram, for example, like when it's time for them to spit a verse or whatever in their post, all that knowledge of being conscientious of what comes out your mouth goes out the window. And they just regress so much into this violent, disrespectful, crude being. And it's like, why did you have to become that person in order for you to make music?
Yeah.
Because in regular conversation, you don't talk to me like that. You don't talk to somebody you dislike about like that. You don't talk to anybody like that. So why did you think it was okay to regress to that individual through music?
Because it's how they choose to express themselves. Music is a language of expression, and that's how they choose how they want to express themselves. That's what's easiest for them to let that out.
And that says a lot about where their comfort zone is.
Yes.
Versus the mask that they wearing when they around the quote unquote conscious community.
Yes. And there's a lot of people who wear, masks every day. There's a lot of people put on masks early in the morning and walk around here. And they're just very, very ugly underneath,
And that's what the intentions with the flatter battle is to like break through that mask and show people like, you can break into a freestyle and have a dope ass freestyle and not say nothing negative about anybody. You don't have to talk about invisible haters. You don't have to talk about your struggles. I'm so tired of struggle music. Like, I get it. We all got sad stories. But like when you're invoking that in yourself every time you're on stage, and you have a mic in your hand, you have a responsibility, because whatever you say on that mic and you tell people to repeat, you're telling them to invoke what it is that you're invoking.
You're manifesting.
Why would I want you to invoke struggle? Why would I want you to invoke sadness and we starving and the cops are shooting us and I got enemies and like why would I that's just like really irresponsible to me. That's just how my mind works. Like, I don't want to be that irresponsible person. When I'm on stage and I'm telling y'all to repeat my rhymes or whatever, sing along, I want y'all to be saying some dope shit about yourself, about your life, about the people around you, whether they're your haters or your motivators.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one of the main reasons why when you first started, I don't want no stress, anxiety, can't get no love from me. Becoming my higher self, steady gaining wealth, reaffirming my divinity. I will not worry, I will not let fear infect my legacy. In a competition with me, working diligently, embracing my TLC.
Hey, let's play that. Let's play that one more time, because that I was feeling really good when we played that skit, sis.
I love this. I
don't want no stress, anxiety, can't get no love from me. Becoming my higher self, steady gaining wealth, reaffirming my divinity. I will not worry, I will not let fear infect my legacy. In a competition with me, working diligently, embracing my TLC.
Hey.
I love that.
I love that.
It's so funny watching that, George, just because I was really thinking about the mindset that I created. That was just because of that same very reason that I want people to be like inspired and empowered, not to be, I guess emotionally drained. Because some of the music, even though it's vibratory, the only thing that's really vibratory about it is the beat, and people would just be like, oh yeah, this is a good beat, but you're not really paying attention to the words. So if you're not right, so if you're not paying attention to the words, then how are you actually paying attention to the vibration for real? Because the vibration is something that's physical, but it is something that's felt and received frequency wise first before you get to that physical. So that's why you want to play with the bass and the treble and everything, because you trying to turn that or turn up the reverb, all that, because you messing with the frequency that you want to feel until it materialized. But reality, that was a frequency first. So I got to think about, like, people think about 432 hertz or things like that, but I got to also think about the frequency of the words that I'm instilling into this world, because there is a spell. Each word that we use is a spell for real. English was already created that way, so I need to be really mindful to be intentional with what words I'm speaking, what words I am choosing. And when I heard that song, I was like, I love this song. But then I started listening to it, I said, wait, she talking about the bull. She talking about the bull that she don't want to be with no. I'm like, shit, maybe I should change this around a little bit. Like, it's not a bad song, but I'm just like, maybe I should add a little.
Then they had the remix. They made it that chicken head. They don't want no chickens. I remember that. I was like, wow.
You really think about it. That's why when you listen to a song, you're like, wait a minute, this is a good song, but wait, what they saying? Like, you really hear that? I'm like, wait a minute, I don't think I really vibe with the frequency that much when I know.
When it catches you off, I'm like, dang, the beat was good, it was nice, but dang, I wish it was just something different. Like that Bustin' song by Nicki Minaj. I love that beat. But I want to hear somebody that has some positive affirmation to speak on that song, something nice to say.
You said, what song is it again? Bustin'.
Buzzing.
Never heard it. All the songs
I
sound
never
like
heard it.
all the songs that be coming on the radio sound like that.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to the radio. I be so off the loop.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh, dang! The beat is hard to me. It felt like dun, 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 dun. I like that. You know.
I'll just get the beat and see what I
Yeah,
can.
we
Get the beat and see what you
affirmation
do with it.
remix.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Let me
I
do
know
another affirmation.
any one of y'all will slay that. Okay.
Okay.
Word.
You hear what the affirmations say? We got a whole like Las Mantras over here. The queen, the goddess of Las Mantras.
Oh yes.
Like, oh
I
my
try
God.
my best.
Try your best. But it's already done. So you did your best, and you gonna
Yes.
do the best of the best. Like
I got so much stuff cooking, y'all. I forget how much stuff I got going on. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I am doing that too. Okay.
I feel it. That's where I'm at too. It's just everything that's created, everything that we can create. That's why I think about like multi-dimensional. Like we're multi-dimensional creative beings. So like everything that we can create, we can just continue to keep going. I don't need to stay on one thing because everything has the same or a different intention, its own intention. So I know where it's going. I know it's all for a bigger purpose. So I just have to keep on moving.
I don't fit in this matrix at all. Cause it's like even in that space, it's like, no. Everything has to be a business. Everything has to be structured. Everything has to be on all I'm like, girl, I don't move that way. I just want to survive without the IRS at my door. That's all I want to do.
I want to be existing. I want to live. You know what I mean?
I just want to live.
That's it.
Are you existing?
But the internet will definitely have you caught up on all that extra stuff, thinking you're not doing things right. But once you turn that phone off and live your life, you don't feel none of that. Like, I don't feel the IRS. I don't feel that business plan stuff or none of them YouTube videos y'all was talking about. Okay. I feel a whole lot better when I turn my phone off. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's why I don't watch the news. I don't watch TV.
What you say?
Listen, because that's the knowledge. A lot of these things just project that same frequency. It's something that you feel first, and then you start to manifest it within your life. So if you want to sit here and watch all of that, and I understand, like, TV shows and movies is stuff for entertainment, but I am very mindful of like what it is that I'm watching and what's the reason. And so somebody like says, you should watch this. I'm like, do you want me to watch it for entertainment or you want to watch it because there's some type of thing I should be watching with my third eye to really see what's going on? Because they mainly will be projecting something that's going to happen that they want to happen and they're projecting. So if everybody watching it, then you're going to start materializing it as a collective. Y'all just using y'all magic against yourselves.
Exactly. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like, is it your mind creating the cosmos or the cosmos manifested your mind? It's a little bit of both. Like if we all collectively start concentrating on a comet, like every other week in the newspaper, they keep talking about a comet. Comet is gonna come and hit the earth. But you wanna know why the comet don't ever hit the fucking earth? Because nobody reads that section of the news. We are not out here collectively looking out in the sky saying that comet is coming. We're not doing that. Nobody even read that part of the news. So that's why it's not coming, because we're not attracting it collectively with our thoughts and our minds. And we collectively go outside and do a rain dance. Yeah, it's gonna rain.
I look at that stuff when they always say a comet gonna hit there. I be like, well, if I die, I'm gonna die. Ain't nothing I can't. Y'all don't have nothing y'all can stop the comet with. Okay, we have no one knows Superman.
The day that everybody, the 7 billion people come outside and say, "Yay, bring it on, comet." That's when
you ain't seen coming before you die. You know what I'm saying? Just know that whatever effect it's gonna have on this earth when it reaches here, just know that you're gonna look up and you're gonna be like, all right, this is it.
Right.
Take it out, Lord.
Take me to the king.
Right, because this earth is ghetto anyway. Like, I'm about to go home. Deuces.
Yo, you about to have me sing a whole soundtrack. Earth is ghetto. I wanna leave. Can you beam me up? I'm out on the streets by the corner store. You know, the one on 15th. I got a bright shirt on, so I'm easy to see.
Okay, come on. Come through with
Come pick me up first, please.
Me up. I can pick them up.
Yo, it's so interesting though, because I really be thinking like I used to be in that mindset where I'm like, yo, I really don't belong here. Like I need to get out of here. And I don't know. It's not that I was like suicidal. It was more like I just thought that I needed to get out of this reality because the energy of it wasn't my energy. It was like energy that's projected onto me, something that's telling me how I should live my life or what I should do. And it's just always external sources, not my internal source. So that energy always made me reflect, like, I need to change that mindset because it made me more, I don't know, it made me go more into the darker part of myself, which was great, you know, looking at it long term, but I wasn't doing it in the right manner at that time. It was more like, I wanted to get out of here. Now I'm getting depressed, you know, but I really wanted to just go into the inner part of myself and just do some more healing.
Like your childhood self, right?
Yep.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
Favorite childhood memory? Oh Lord. Dang, what childhood? What type of childhood we talking about? You know, it's different phases.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. But something that you always constantly recall in your head that make you feel,
that bring you to that happy place.
Yes.
Dang, you know, the only reason why I was having a difficult time coming up is because most of my inner child moments that I really love having are happening now.
You know what? I can empathize with that. Like the little kid in me is fucking having the time of her life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, if the question was to be asked to me, I wouldn't be able to recall like a favorite memory of my childhood. It's just always something like when we speak on a certain subject and I can go back to when and relate it to when I was a child and it comes out, it projects out now, you know? Because to me, I'm a kid all the time. I'm still a kid. I don't think I ever grew up.
But honestly,
at your age, I'm like, I'm childish as fuck.
You said childhood. As soon as you said childhood, I'm like, wait a minute. I feel like the way that the ages switch, like Benjamin Button or something like that. I feel like the age of Pisces and then the age of Aquarius, I feel like it was switched. So we was adulthood and age of Pisces, and now we're childhood and age of Aquarius. That's how I feel. I feel like the air energy is just so flow. It's slow. Like I don't know how to explain. Like I'm still getting the words to explain it, but I feel like it's like the truth is more disturbing than the lie. So everything's gonna come out right in front of your face, and you want to see clearly. So because you want to see clearly, you want to see yourself clearly. So that way, that external part of you, like as within, so without. So you still want to be able to make sure that the outside part of you is good as well as the inside part. So
back to them superpowers. We gotta feel it physically. Somehow we gotta physically feel it. You know, we gotta.
Yeah. I don't be stuck in the physical too much. Like I don't need my physical self to go places for me to say I went there. Like it's been plenty of times I had full conversations in my head and I came out my conversation. I treated the person like we talked. No, we talked, bro. But like with that, time is not linear. Like you could be your child and your old person at the same time, at any time. It's whoever you want to tap into for the day. But that's really a matter of really separating yourself from the limitations of your root chakra or your physical self, honestly. What are some of the trials and tribulations you have faced in your journey with being so multifaceted in your art and things? And how have you overcome them?
The trials and tribulations. I feel like the most trials and tribulations was the ones that I created and manifested on, which would be some of the things revolving around money, because of how I felt about it, because I felt as though like, oh, this is a construct, this is created here on this matrix, and this is what they created as us having a social security number, being a real estate, being a piece of real estate, and then us having to pay for us breathing. And that part just made me feel like, all right, well, this money is not a construct that aligns with me. So if it's meant to come to me, it will come to me. If it's not meant to be, it's just not meant to be. Whatever I have currently is what I'm meant to have. So I just took that mindset and went with it. And it kind of partially had me gain the money, but also made me like lose the money. Because it was almost like I was in the middle of the balance scale. Like it was either I'm right over here and I'm manifesting the money, or I'm right here and I'm resisting the money. And like I had to make sure that now I'm fully in the awareness of that, knowing that I am the money, because they created the illusion of the paper existence, the paper materialization, because they cannot materialize. They can't. They're not in tune with the divine source, so they cannot materialize. So they had to make something physically that still comes from the earth that we are naturally connected to. So that's the only way. And because we put our power with it, now it made it real. But in reality, it's not real. It's just an illusion of the mindset. So because of that, I need to know that if they took that sustenance from the earth, I am the earth, I am the elements, I am the air, I am the water, I am the fire. And because of that, I am the money. So I will gain the spiritual currency. I have a lot of spiritual currency naturally right now. So I would attract it and materialize it however it wants to come to me. If it's energy, if it's paper, if it's just sharing the conversation, if it's this present moment, it's just going to come to me. And so I just had to get into that mindset. That's
a wonderful mindset to have. You know,
it really
you are
is.
the money magnet. You are.
Right. I am the money.
Okay. Yeah, I made out of all that. Yeah. I'm producing this every day. What money can't really just buy anything. You know, you really don't even have to have it to live. They just put in something like a middleman or whatever to try to handle business deals and stuff with, and to try to place certain people at a certain statue or status above another, and also to control.
And that's another one of those like situations where they praise the prophet, but they don't listen to the message. Whereas it's like, go back to God, go back to nature, go back, you know, remove yourself from these material things, all of them. I think it's comical when people say, God blessed me with a car. I laugh on the inside a little bit about that, because it's like, no, he didn't. But like, if that's what you manifested for yourself, that's cool. I don't know. It's a back and forth with that, because it's like you're in charge of your reality, so you are the God of your reality. So yeah, you blessed yourself with the car, but to say like the Most High blessed you with this material thing that's actually being like marketed to you as a means of like, oh, you're not this, you're not that if you don't have it. You basically kind of answered someone else's prayers, like, dang, I hope millions of people build my dream for me so I can just live in it. And you answered the prayer.
That's a lot what people are going, you know, it's a lot what people are collectively doing right now when they go to some of these churches or whatever. They preach a lot on money, and they manifest a lot of everything about sowing these monetary seeds, and goodness, it's that like you have a blessing. It is in the form of materialistic things or money or whatever. Or when you die, they will have your promises in heaven, and like all your materialistic stuff you want on earth will be in heaven. Like, no, this is not the stuff I want at all.
I want peace. I want friendship.
I just want to live.
I want love. I want experiences. Excitement. Y'all can keep all these materials. The materials is that lower stuff that's still the crabs in the bottom of the barrel. That's like, you know, if you didn't feel it or touch it, it didn't exist. Like, no, I don't need that.
And not only that, like, who created the material? Because whether or not y'all tried to, you know, whitewash everything to try to claim that it's another being, in reality, it was our people that have the ability to materialize what we want to manifest and created it, and then you just recreated it. But you needed somebody to originally have that, like how we have the God gene, the goddess gene. You needed somebody to originally have that root first, and then you took from it and copy, clone. You know, that's the same thing that you've been doing the entire time. So it's like all of these different things that people want to materialize and manifest is great, that you want that, you know, material, you know, that to make it easier in your life. But at the same time, if you're basing your life off of just receiving just the material to be able to receive the feeling of happiness, it should be the other way around. You should have the feeling of happiness first, and then you'll be easy for you to gain all the material that you want. You could create the material, like, you know, it's just a lot of different things that you could be able to go into first if you get the frequency that you want, and not just focus on the material, house, car, money, fame, for whatever the case may be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like to ask myself, like, as far as being even more intentional, which is why it made it so much easier for me to delve my aspirations into helping, you know, our community versus like, I want an Oscars or I want to be famous or I want to be on Power 99. Like, I don't aspire to do those things. I want to coordinate an event with Shein and Expressive Illustrations. I want to do something with Mahatma. I want to, you know, have an event at the AMF Center. Like that, those are my aspirations.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in my mind, I tell myself, well, whose reality am I helping to create? Every time I use a Federal Reserve note, whose reality am I helping to create? They ain't on my team. When I go out here and aspire to have these things on certain platforms, whose reality am I helping create? They ain't on my team. Like, I ask myself those questions, and I try to be very intentional with who I'm helping build while I'm helping myself build, because that matters to me. That matters a lot. Because sometimes we don't realize it, especially like people that are just coming out into the space as far as just being business owners, you know, more than anything else. They don't realize that a lot of time they're feeding the monster, they're feeding the machine that's moving against them in order for them to have that business, because they're not paying attention to all the networks and the relationships and the things that they're creating. Because, you know, we went on YouTube and they told us these are the step-by-steps to having an LLC or having this or having that. And you're not really paying attention to the relationships you're creating. Well, I'm keeping the IRS alive, knowing damn well the IRS is an illegal entity, and me being a native to this land, I have no business doing business with the IRS in this way.
Right.
Or, you know, I'm over here giving money to these platforms for to broadcast my stuff, but it's not really going towards the broadcast. These ones, they work in alliance with people that went to Epstein Island or did this. Like, my mind overthinks into all that. Like,
it's not overthinking though.
That's not overthinking.
About what you are thinking. So,
I was about to say, yo, I just said that to my friend. She said that she's like over analytical or overthinker, and I was like, is it that people trying to project onto us that we're over analytical, overthinking, or is it that we think more than the average person?
We do.
Is it that we think more into something to be able to know what energy we want to either manifest?
Well, aware.
Being aware, consciously aware.
Like, you know,
when people like, where are we going? Who all gonna be there? How we getting home?
When you answer who all gonna be there, you know that you already ain't gonna be there. That one person.
How many people gonna be there?
Okay. Yeah, it's just the Columbus Police Department. No, I'm good.
Who sponsored the event? Oh no, I'm good.
Oh, that's Aflac? Oh, okay.
I think about all that. That's where my mind goes when I do stuff. That's why there's a lot of things that I just won't do. And I be around people and they be like, why won't you do this? It makes no sense for you not to do this. And I'm like, bro, I'm not going to do it. I did my research.
Right.
My goals ain't your goals.
Right. You gotta do your research. You don't want to just jump and just be doing anything just because somebody got some stuff going on. You might be participating in a whole damn cult or some shit. Hell, drink damn Kool-Aid, nigga, end up dead.
Nope. I don't want that Kool-Aid. Y'all can have
it.
Not the Kool-Aid.
Oh, that was just a trap. I couldn't even believe that shit had happened though. I couldn't even believe them folks followed that damn. Let me be careful with my choice of words.
They believed.
They followed that motherfucker all the way to Guyana. Came from America to Guyana. Built village down there. Oh my God.
They did some good stuff till they drunk the Kool-Aid.
Man, I was with Kool-Aid, man. Oh my God. Just a whole sacrifice, you know. I just refuse to believe that just everybody just got tricked into drinking damn poisonous Kool-Aid.
That's like the Aztecs. They used to sacrifice people for the sun. We're coming back to the sun. Well, you know.
Now who's to say that everybody was willing to be sacrificed to the sun?
No, they weren't willing to participate, I'm sure. I'm sure I can't foresee myself volunteering. Say, I volunteer as tribute. Go ahead and chop my head off on these steps. I'm with you. Like, I can't.
I don't see myself volunteering as tribute. I'm like, girl, you gonna go? No, baby. I love the sun god and everything, but I don't want to. No, not today. Not today.
Not on me. Not on me.
Whose idea was it?
I need my head for right now.
Whose idea was it to worship the sun in that manner?
I don't know. And those are certain periods of time where we gotta look back and we gotta be like, yeah, we messed up back then. I don't know what we Let's not go back to that.
That was the physical like aspect of worship, huh? So people got the way of prayer to the person that whoever this entity is that they believe is doing all the things. When a part of it is like you.
No fucks given about their spiritual body.
That tribe is still alive today. You know, they do the Santeria stuff, and I'm not into hoodoo on that aspect. Like, y'all can have that because I'm so empathetic. I love animals, and I can't do stuff to bugs too much without talking to them like, all right, mosquito, I'm about to beat your ass. I really need you to fly outside because you're not welcome here, but I will kill you. Like, I'm one of them people. Like, I don't want to kill you, but I will if I have to.
I'm like, all right, motherfucker, you got one more time to bite me. One more time.
Right, like,
I will give you the.
That's not what we finna do. So I can't imagine myself being cool with that stuff.
Oh yeah,
But they're still alive and kicking today. They, they into Santeria, they doing the hoodoo and voodoo and sacrificing, And then you got this weird ring with the Epstein Island. I really believe in my heart that's that energy reincarnated as well, as they believe, doing stuff to other physical beings and invoking a certain kind of extreme energy out of them and then consuming that energy is makes magic. And it does, I'm not negating that. It does make magic. That's just not the way I would go about it. Why can't we just eat some really good food and be elated from the food we was just eating and consume each other's energy like that? I'm with the shit. Like, let's do that.
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie though, sis. There have been times in the past when I was so daggone mad at somebody and I'd be like, I just want to hex this mug, But then you got to think about what's got to come back on you when you do that.
Yeah. For every energy, there's an equal opposite energy. I feel like energy moves like a boomerang, and I don't want no parts. Don't want.
They're like, you really ready to do that, sis? I'm like, look, whatever that's gonna come back from me doing this, I'm prepared for it. Okay, because that's just how bad it just got.
Because sometimes it don't always come back to you. Sometimes, we got guardian angels. We got people around us that energy bounce back on instead.
Yeah. I just to be clear, I've never done it though.
I think about it, but I know that the people praying for me.
I play it out so much in my mind, so it's like me doing it over and over again without it actually happening in the physical.
Yeah, definitely make time to protect the people that pray for you, because people don't realize is you gotta be careful who you pray for. When you pray for people, you're putting yourself on the front line. You basically being a jarhead for whatever trials and tribulations they got going on for them.
Oh yeah, stand in the gap.
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't like to pray for people that got too many demons, because you got these. You wake up in the morning and you feeling crazy, or you get like a little like, dang, why this hurt? Because you was praying for somebody that had some shit on them for real. Like, you gotta be careful. Be careful.
Yeah, my sis. I believe my sis. She had oh my goodness, she did some type of spiritual prayer and healing with this lady, and she when she called me on video chat, I'm like, sis, what's going on? I'm like, who we got to fight with? She's like, sis. She's like, well, I did a spiritual prayer and did all this or whatever, and this is the result. I'm like, sis, ain't no way in the hell the spirits gave you a black eye. She's like, no, sis, that's really what happens. Yeah, ain't nobody punch me or nothing like that. This is what happens when you take on the toes of somebody else. I'm like, wow. I said, no, I don't want no parts of that.
No. So
I
realized that a lot.
My ancestors, y'all ain't had my back.
Yeah.
So, that's how it be.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's literally like that. Like your body feels either drained or empowered. It's like one or the other. Like I noticed that within my spiritual healing. Like this is the main reason why within how I changed my way of thinking about money. But I also was like, I'm still not going to put this out there to be, you know, telling everybody like, hey, this is what I do, or hey, come to me, or I'm not making no advertisements and nothing like that. I'm just going to state that this is the fact of what it is that I do, and that's really it. I ain't about to show nothing else because I don't want to invoke the energy vampire to be the one to enter my space and now drain me of everything that I, you know, because I just gave them my all. I gave them my vulnerability, or, you know, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm not about to allow that. Even though there are invocations being spoken, it's not even the invocation that I'm like, I'm giving away my power. I'm like, no, we in this 50-50 like this.
Yep.
No. But you know what? With being a healer, it takes on a lot of responsibilities that I don't think we quite had thought out about. Well, I'm speaking for myself. I naturally was a person that people come to, you know, want advice. They need, you know, some form of comfort. You know, they can confide in me, whatever. And you know, like just listening to tragic stories and stuff, and trying to help you find a solution to your problem, or just make you feel better about yourself. You know what I'm saying? That takes a toll on me. You know what I'm saying? You a depressed person, and all you feel is depressed. You saying it, you putting it on Facebook, and I'm like, dang, let me try to, you know, talk. Let me call my sister and see if she all right or whatever. Or, you know, it makes me feel a way like, damn. It makes me feel like I'm losing, you know, if I don't help this person. I'm like, all right, you know, I cheered you up for the day. Then tomorrow, like, you know, I'm just gonna kill myself. Like, no, I thought we got past this yesterday. I thought we was gonna, you know, live at least another week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I failed the mission. So, which is my question to you, Sheen, is, how does healing other people heal you?
Oh my God. What you just said just blew my whole mind.
Yeah, right?
No. And then came in with the question, Gusto.
Wait. I gotta say something real quick, and then I need you to ask that question again, because that John, wait a minute. Yeah. I really went through that same experience naturally. I feel like that's the Virgo in us. I just feel like it naturally is that healer or that empathetic being. So like, and we're gonna be focused in communication. So it's gonna be this nice like this nice way of just being able to help people in the frequency that we give when we speak. So I was in that same situation with a very close friend, just being like, you know, I don't want him to want to take himself out, so I'm giving my energy so willingly to just be like, all right, I feel like this is my job. Like maybe my purpose here is to help make sure that you don't die. Like just because I'm thinking that my energy is so strong that at this point, like, yeah, I'm granted a week, you know. And
you know.
No, like the next day on the night or whatever, you just like, oh, I'm done. That was like worse than before. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold up, like
we talked like the whole 24 hours, and you still
You're like, what do I say, and what do I, you know, what I'm supposed to do? But I realized that energetically is only but so much that you can do, and what you are doing is valued. The fact that you're doing anything. Typically, we tend to be the only ones in their circle doing anything in the way that we do it. And because we're so empathetic and not just sympathetic, like, you know, it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry for that, you know. It's really gonna be like, dang, like, what can we do to make this better? Like, what can we do? Like, because I even though I know this is you experiencing what's going on, I know inevitably this is us together. If I feel like we're one, if I see divine oneness in both of us, then we're one. So with the situation, or while I'm present, what can we do? Like, I think that's how energetically it. What was the question again? Because I was just about to.
No, you answered pretty much.
I know. I was going there, but I felt like you said, how does it heal?
Yeah. How does healing people heal you? Sometimes, because sometimes, you know, it's a task. It's a task. And I might not always feel so well about when I, you know, are helping them. But because, you know, you have some people, you just have real downers. You know, they be you like, damn, how can I help get them up or whatever? You know, so when they feeling bad, it makes me feel bad. When they are feeling better, it makes me feel better. So yeah, that's the question. Yeah, how does healing help? How does healing heal you? Because it's not always a pleasant experience.
Yeah, I'm very just mindful. Just got to be mindful of who you are around, because I feel like we are always going to go through things, but I feel like there's people in your life that will project the energy that you project onto yourself on when you're going through things. Like, you know, like if there's a real chaotic way of which way you go through things, people need chaos sometimes for them to go through the evolutionary changes. But if I'm not the type of person that uses chaos to get me to where I need to go, and I'm more on to the spectrum of love and light, or some people not really focus on the shadows, they really focus on love and light. You know, if that's not my frequency, then I got to be mindful of who is around me or what energy is being projected. So I put myself in the balance of where I am speaking what it is that I consent to and what it is that I do not consent to. So I can still be helping people with shadow work, but I can still be helping people with light work as well. Like, you know, so it's on both sides of the spectrum. And I need to be aware of which side you are on. Are you talking about you just need the affirmation?
Who all gonna be there?
What spirit guys you got? What answer?
Okay.
What karmic cycles you got? What I need to know, because if you more on the side where you was able to, like, you know, where things happen to you, you know, traumatic experiences in your childhood, to kind of block out your childhood, and then you need to open yourself back up. That might be some shadow work. You may need to go into that, you know, that dark pit real quick, nurture yourself and come out of that. But if you're on the aspect where you need just a confirmation, affirmation, you know, you need the love and light because nobody really loved you like that in the past, so you need that right now. That might be on the light work aspect. So I need to know where you at, because then I can get myself energetically prepared for that one person, because I don't like looking.
Man, when they hit you with that, I just cut my wrist this morning, like,
oh, job.
Yeah. It can get really deep and heavy with that. It's people trying to get rid of their physical self to release their spiritual self.
Like you got to do the spirit work, baby. You got to be cleansed. We got first of all, you know, cutting your wrist is gonna kill you. Are you trying to kill yourself today? No, I just wanted to get the pain away. I just wanted to focus on a different type of pain. Okay, all right. Well, you're gonna have this little physical pain for a while. I'm gonna need you to clean that up. All right, we're going to see what led you to this point. What got you right here today, you know, damn yesterday. How were you feeling today when you woke up, and how we got to this point? When you called me after you cut your wrist. Why you didn't call me before you cut your wrist?
Give me the thoughts.
Thoughts
always lead to it. Like, a lot of people live sometimes in the past, and then they bring that past with them into the present moment, and so they keep invoking the past. So now they're just in the same loop of everything that's going on, and before they can get to the point of getting past that, getting past the past.
Right.
Like that energy is kind of sometimes it's a little hard to get people out their mindset when they keep replaying the same thoughts.
They put them right back into that spot.
I can see, like, this on everybody's face. We've all had that person or a few people that gave us these traumatizing experiences, because it is traumatizing to me, you know, to go through that. You know, it's like you never really know, like, how to take that first off, but and then you really it's no manual on how to because I don't have a license. I'm not a licensed therapist, counselor, or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? But I know about some life experiences. Now, I've never physically ever harmed myself, but I don't know. I think
it's a gift, because you can have people who are licensed, who have all these paper that are under the paper spell of saying, I'm licensed, but they don't have it. They're not good at it. They project a lot of their own stuff on their clients and stuff. They feel uncomfortable experiences. Like, it's really something that's God-given. Like, you could do all the studying in the world and not be good at what you do.
Yeah, you're right.
Because that's not what God gave you. That's what you thought you was going to have, and it's not in alliance with what God wants you to have. So you're not going to do well at it.
I always ask myself why. You know, like, why me? I wasn't prepared for this.
I like it though. If I don't understand. you know, and that's again another thing with discernment, because I don't fully understand how people can be under the commercial spell and really do like 5-6 readings a day, and sometimes even more than that. Like I can literally only do like 1, maybe 2 a day if their energy was alike. But if it's 2 totally different energies, I can't do it. It's either going to be resistance from me, or my computer shuts down, or deletes everything, or it's like it's going to be a resistance somewhere. Like I have no business doing more than one because it's so in depth. It's to the point where like time is not linear for me. So I'll give you an example. I do natal tarot readings, and the one time I did the reading for this woman, I could feel her anticipation. Like she really wanted this reading. And it was a lot on me. It felt like I was watching her, like she was watching me. You know how somebody got over your shoulder watching you do it? And like, girl, I'm trying to like chill. Like I'm trying to do this. Like I feel you. I know you want it. So then the day that I sent it to her, she had hit me back up and was like, I'm very excited and I'm waiting for it. And I was like, I felt that. Yeah. I felt it. Like, and I actually heard what you were saying in this text message. And she read it and she was like, oh my God, like I don't understand how you could, because I send my readings in a video, and she's like, I don't understand how you're like in the video saying exactly what I'm saying as I'm watching the video. And I'm like, yeah, time is not linear to me, sweetie. I don't need you in my space to read you. I don't need these planets or these cards to read you either. It's to the point now where I can be in my space and think about you, and I can feel whatever it is you're thinking or whatever
that's going on.
And that can get overwhelming because there's so many feelings I'm feeling at one time. And it's like, who is this? Who is this?
Wow, that really just clicked something in my head too. I'm wondering why that be happening. And it usually be the energy that I just was around recently. Like if I was just around this person and I just left their space, and I could be thinking about like the energy of them, or like, oh, if they just went through something and they just told you what it is, and I'm just like, oh my God.
They thought about you too, though, to guarantee that.
Yeah, most of the time that's how I get invoked in the spaces. Like I always end up being in a space because somebody tells me as soon as I walked in, I was just thinking about you. I was just, and I'm like, well, you summoned me, and that's why I'm here, especially at this divine time, because the timing that I be going places, I get there when I get there. I'll see.
I be on my own time, man. That's why I put that in my song. I am on my own time, man. I will get there when I'm there, and I'm there.
You're right about that. I'm always the person that want to rush to be there on time. Like, you know, I got to be punctual. I got to show up 15 minutes earlier or whatever.
That's how I be in my mind.
Yeah.
I remember once upon a time, I used to give myself terrible anxiety because that's the Virgo sun in me. I want to be on time. I want to be punctual. I want to be early. I want to be all these things. And, you know, your sun is your mask. This is who you try to express yourself to be. This is your masculine energy. So I try to express myself to be this on point person that got all this shit. The perfectionist shit. I'm on point, I'm also a Gemini Mars, so my energy move how it want to move when it want to move, and then my Leo is rising, so sometimes that lazy cat come in and be like, nah, we chilling. So it's like it's a whole
thing. I show up.
Man, I used to give myself crazy. It's like, because no matter what I would do, I would never be on time. I can't do it. I gave up. 2 years ago, I had a whole anxiety thing, and I like had a moment where I stepped outside myself, and I was like, sis, when are you ever on time? Like, I was born a whole month late. I'll probably be late to my funeral. Like, when are you ever on time? Never. So like, just stop with this anxiety stuff. Stop putting yourself through these emotions every time you're trying to get ready for an event, or you're like, just stop. You'll get there when you get there. That's it. If you got to be the next Lauryn Hill, then that's what the fuck it is. Okay. You'll be late for everything. We late.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I don't know why I'm just so stuck on, you know, time. You know, the man-made up time. The man-made up time. If I didn't look at a clock or watch or anything like that, I wouldn't know what time of day it is. Hell, this could be daggone December right now, how I was looking out the window, you know?
For real.
know.
And when I care, because I'ma still rise and fall with the sun.
The sun gonna come out, the moon gonna come out. Whatever time in between there, just know I'll be there by moonfall.
I honestly didn't even know it was Easter because my kids aren't in school. I homeschool my kids, so all the clocks and the calendars and stuff, we don't fucking know that shit.
Oh,
we be out here living our best lives, like
these children.
And then I got a cousin that's on my Facebook. I don't got too many family on my Facebook, but I got a cousin up there, and she had posted a picture of her son, and she was like, "Yeah, happy Easter, y'all." And I was like, "Oh snap!" First of all, y'all still do that? I didn't even know that. I don't be tapped in like that.
Another pagan holiday, though. And
I was like, "Also, it's spring break for kids." I didn't know that either. Okay.
Yeah. Oh gosh, they asked me what we doing for spring break. I'm like,
going to the
spring fling. Oh my God, my anxiety.
Nah.
It's about that time.
All them people.
It's so interesting when you take your mindset out of time. You just allow yourself to be in the present moment.
Yeah,
like it's so much that you can do when you're in the present and not so much in the past or the future. It's just like I'm not really worried about the time. And I was also when I was thinking about when you said earlier about the time, and I just get there when I get there. That's how I felt when I just went to Mind Right and I was cooking, and I was just like, oh my God, like I was really stressing myself out because I'm like, yo, I gotta be there with the food, like I gotta make sure everybody taken care of. But then I'm like, but wait, I am taking care of the food because right now I'm cooking the food. Right. So it's like if I'm cooking the food and I'm adding all this love and intention in it that it needs to be right now, then that means that there's a reason why I'm not there at this moment. So I gotta be divine timing. Plus my friend, she's a Libra, my sister, she had to calm me down, just being like, child, the people that you around, they love you so much, they gonna be like, it's all right, we appreciate you, we glad you
right. They can be like you came. Food.
Yeah, we're just cleaning up and shutting down right now. You want to help, go ahead, we'll catch you next time.
I was like, oh yeah, they reflections of me. Yeah, you're right.
I would be so mad at myself. I'm like, why did I even come up? Why did I even show up this late? I missed everything. I missed so much opportunity and stuff. Why?
Would it be that one thing you came in on time for, or it'd be that one reason you supposed to be there? Like, dang, I was supposed to run into that one person, or I came in just in time to meet this person at the end.
Yeah, and that does happen too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I go to the movie theater on time. Be watching.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm getting that good because I go to the movies with other people and they like to be on time. So yeah, if they come pick me up, I'll be on time.
Yeah.
They be outside waiting for me to get myself together.
Oh my gosh.
Like, you gotta wait outside.
Oh my gosh.
My mom has this thing where she'll text me and say she's outside when she around the corner.
Yeah. You see, you have to do people like that when they're working on their own time. You gotta do them like that.
You definitely gotta do me like that.
I do that to my man. I be like, yeah, babe, I'm pulling up from just let the grocery store. I'm about to pull up about 1 minute. I'll be like still 5 blocks down, but give you enough time because he'll take his time, honey.
Yo.
Oh, Sheen, do you have like anything coming up? Anything that we should be on the lookout for, be aware of?
Let me see. So, well, as far as the opportunity that I just had with cooking at Mind Right, that just led to another opportunity to cook again. So I'm gonna be cooking on Monday, at the same place at where is it at? I think it's in Lansdowne. I'm definitely going to have to get the information. I forgot exactly what the name of this place was called, but it's a really nice venue, I think. And I'm gonna be cooking there from at 6 p.m. And then after that, I'm still in the present moment right now. I'm still trying to get myself together for April, so we're gonna see. I know there's an anniversary of Art Love coming up as well. That's on April 23rd. So that would be from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. So we just looking to be able to have like a lot of great like performers. So I'm looking out for people who want to be able to perform, especially that's intentional about what they want to share as well. So that's really what we're looking at right now. Meditate and Elevate is coming, and I just like it's coming in April. I don't want to get the date out just yet.
Meditate and Elevate.
Yeah.
Oh, Sunshine told me about your sound bowls. Yes. So, and when I was on your page, I seen all that. I was like, oh, interesting. So, can you tell me real quick about how sound therapy helps?
Ooh, yes, of course. Yeah, I feel like sound therapy is something that I like came across with YouTube videos, like things that was saying like ASMR, because I had trouble going to sleep. So I would just watch these random videos of people playing things. At first it was people talking because I wanted people to be speaking affirmations as I went to sleep, and I tried that out. Then I was like, nah, this getting annoying because not all of y'all talking very well. So I want to be able to get somebody that is just going to be doing something that matches with a frequency. And I came across like 432 hertz. And when I came across the hertz, I was like, what does the hertz mean? And then I realized that there's a different hertz for each like frequency of a chakra. So 432 is supposed to be like the love frequency. And so that's the frequency that I got the sound bowls to be on as well. It's just 432. And each of them just go within each chakra, so they just help balance the energy. And I feel like it's more of the sound, like we were talking about earlier with the vibration. Like before you feel the vibration, you feel the sound, and you kind of like feel that same sound, like just aligning your chakras as certain ones start to play, and you can feel like this either tingling sensation, or it's usually what resonates with them. But I've had experiences with the sound healing where people had like these energetic urges, like something was coming off of them, like something was coming out of their aura, some out of their frequency. And that energy made me know that this is really healing within the non-physical energy that we cannot see, that's present with us. So yeah, so just in the tidbit, sound healing just helps align your frequencies and release the blockages that are in your aura.
You have any of your singing bowls now or sound bowls?
Yeah. And this big old thing.
Oh no.
Let's see.
I've learned a little bit more now that you shared this information with me about the hertz.
Yeah.
Right.
Know that,
and I'm pretty sure you can hear it through the computer as well. I'm not sure how it's going to sound. But we are definitely going to see, because this gonna be strong, and I'll be like in the zone. But every time when we have Meditate Elevate, it's a very intentional event, and I love to do the sound healing because a lot of people aren't familiar with it. And to get them, it's kind of like an investment for real. Like it's like $600 for like 7 of these drones. But I feel like when you think about the money, it's an investment in yourself as well, because this frequency is a part of me, and it's a clear quartz, which is like how you was talking about, like we are quartz. Clear quartz matches up with every aspect of your chakras, everything. Clear quartz is used for everything. So if that's the case, that's because I am clear quartz. There's a crystal that's in the mind's eye. So this is me, but this is just the frequency.
Yeah, I love that.
I believe this is sacral. Yeah, sacral. That don't feel different when it's in your hand. It's in your hand chakra.
This one, I felt it up in here.
Wow.
Right at the top of my crown.
Wait a minute. And it's interesting how they have it with the sizes, because the crown will be the smallest one.
Well, that one hit right there. It felt good. I was like, I closed my eyes.
I get where the sounds is coming from as far as the large to the smallest, because when you get into like visible light can be like parallel to audio waves as well. So those longer waves are like your red, orange, and yellows are the longer, wide waves. And that's what I hear when you hit that big one. It's like they're big waves.
Yeah, the bigger waves will be down. And yo, the root really be hitting, because when that joint like hits like the, you know, like how we say like and that joint really hit the root of your chakra. But this one, I believe this will be sacral and heart. Yeah, I would definitely recommend to get some sound healing instruments.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was watching somebody on YouTube and he had like he had a sound or singing bowl, but it was like a female Eve singing bowl, something like that. I didn't know they had like masculine and feminine bowls or whatever on the sound or the energy that it give off. Is that do you know about that?
I ain't never hear about that.
I don't hear about that neither. I forget what his name is, Prince somebody or whatever. He has a bald head and he wears, I'm gonna say a shawl or a dress or something like that. But yeah, he was on YouTube and the sound from that bowl was really beautiful. It was a small bowl, but it was made more so out of a different material. I don't think it was made from quartz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's different ones. There's definitely different ones. I never heard of ones with a gender applied to it, but
he said it was a female sound or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe that's what he called it.
And if maybe he could be speaking of the masculine energy or divine energy, divine feminine energy. But I don't know. I never thought of a specific frequency to match up with divine feminine energy or masculine energy because most of the frequencies align with different chakras, which I just feel like it just talks about the interdimensional auras that we are connected to besides just the ones in the 3D. Because like these are not the only chakras. Like you got
you got a amount of chakras.
It's hundreds of them,
yeah, like you got the 7, but you just talking about 7 physical 3D joints. All right, well after that, it's gonna be another set of these joints on top, which is gonna be probably different color spectrums that you can't even see.
Yeah, so, What I'm excited about is once we get tapped into those frequencies, we're gonna start seeing new continents form and planets pop up. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. All right.
It's happening. It's happening right now. That's why I feel like a lot of us are experiencing different things with our body. First of all, apparently, the C word, I don't even like saying the spell of the word, but the stuff with the paradigm, which is was it DC before Corona?
Yeah.
But when we had VC, people were talking about all the different sickness things. If you call, if you sneeze, it was going to be an issue. Now we're back to bless you, and that's totally fine. And the fact of the matter is our body is always going to go through changes that are physically going to adapt with the way that the world is changing. So it's just like you said earlier before when my thing was just spinning and I wasn't here. When you were saying before about how we are suns, we are like literally the suns within this vessel. I feel as though that if the sun is evolving above us, then that means as below, which is being us, being the sun below, we are going to evolve and as well. So our DNA is changing. People may be experiencing things that they say like they're sick or they're under the weather, or you may feel like you want to protect your energy more. You want to stay to yourself. You want to nurture the seed within yourself. That's because you are evolving. Your DNA is changing, and you're starting to awaken to the true aspect of yourself, which is naturally going to happen, and more of it.
Agreed.
I'm so excited because that's why I say we're gonna see different color spectrums. We're gonna see the outer space, like no, not outer space, the outer space. Y'all gonna see what the real sky look like, just a whole lot of different things. We can't really say, but we feel it.
And we had to go through a whole fall time transformation as far as our population goes, where a bunch of leaves had to fall. The branches for the new leaves to grow, and it was sad, but it's only sad if you don't fully understand what physical death entails. But there is no energetic death. It's just physical.
Yeah,
I'm excited. The spirits come back as evolved bodies and evolved vessels that can survive in our evolution and stuff. And kudos to us for being capable of surviving in this evolution already. It's very exciting. I'm very excited to be here. We picked a good time to come back. Sometimes it feels like, damn, I really chose this time. But yeah, we picked a good time to come back.
This was the divine
here.
Right, it's all this blue and yellow. Where the purple at, cuz?
Yo, he's like, where the red and purple? And what's interesting though? People have been saying that, oh, the sky always been red. Oh, the sky always turn color. No, I don't know about y'all. I think maybe it's been happening a little more frequently that people think like, oh, this happens all the time. No. There's not all the time that when the sun is going down, that the sky has all this red oxide iron dust, and now the whole sky is red, or now the whole sky is purple, you know, or you see the whole color spectrum in the sky just changing. But apparently that's normal, and I'm like, wait, that's normal now? Because as far as I know, it was just blue and black. Blue.
We're trying to keep it up here. The sky's up here, not down here. So there shouldn't be down here colors up here.
No. Like what? They like, oh, it's normal, and I'm like,
no, that's normal for the dirt, red dirt, yellow dirt. It's not good for the sky. We're not doing that. That's the particles in the sky. That's why during the harvest moon you'll see more orange, because that's more so the dust in the sky than the aerosol. But a lot of this is the aerosol they be spraying in the sky.
Oh wow, yeah.
But they spraying it so more. I went outside this rising, and I was like, the sun is blazing for now, but they blowing them chemtrails so much. But I realized the reason why they're doing it so much, because they scared.
Oh,
they
sun rays, honey.
They call it coronavirus. Corona is the outer rim of the stratosphere of the sun. How you gonna put a virus on a corona? They blocking themselves from the sun rays, and a lot of people couldn't physically withstand the UV rays that we're experiencing.
Yeah.
And tough cookie.
You wake up early in the morning, honey. They on time with it too. Faithfully. They put it they make it so where it's like a norm. They even put it in movies.
Yes.
They put it in cartoons, like it's just
in commercials and flyers now, it's normal to see the streaks in the background and the sky and stuff. Like I was looking at a billboard. There's a billboard on 95 right now. You're driving on the billboard, it's a guy outside. In the sky, there's chemtrails in the background of the picture. Like that's how normal they're allowing us to become.
Well, yeah, it's just nothing but jet exhaust. That's all it is, you know.
Right.
Like really,
exhaust is supposed to be water vapor. It ain't supposed to be sky like that.
Right.
But anybody got any last minute words? We're about to wrap up with a trailer. But thank you guys for tapping in. Thank you, Sheen, for being here. Danielle, of course, we here every Saturday at 11:11. Sheen, what's your closing remarks? What you got for us?
My closing remarks.
The Jerry Springer moment.
Ew. Dang. Oh my God. That really just made me think about it. Face. Yeah. My closing. This is Sheen's final moment. My final thoughts is the fact that we are evolving. We are stepping into our abundance, and we are stepping into the ability to materialize what it is that you want to focus on. So you manifest what you focus on. So just understand that there's nothing that you cannot be, do, or have. I feel like naturally, as we start to awaken to who we truly are, we will start to be able to change our external reality around us. So I feel like my final thoughts is just to continue being who you naturally are inspired to be, you know, because like that's all that we really can do as we start to evolve, and we're going to start to connect with a lot of our people. So I'm just like excited to just see how when you get to the frequency that you want to be on in harmony, you'll start to receive those other people that are in the right harmony with you as well.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely been aligning with so many Virgos since my 30th turn around the sun. Next Saturday, we'll be aligning with 2 more Virgos as we talk about the moon. We'll be having Ayayo and Tara on the scene. Both of them are Virgos.
Hey,
Hey, yes, he's definitely. I miss him so much. I'm so grateful to be here. But yeah, we about to close out with this trailer. High Soul The Gathering. This is a camp out event that's starting in May. It's from May, June, July, August. Don't forget that the Cosmic Nobodies Convention will be teaming up with High Soul The Gathering the last weekend of August. We camping out this year, y'all. For 3 days, I got y'all. So High Soul Chakra DJ is actually another Virgo that I've met since my 30th turn around the sun.
What?
So the Chakra DJ. Yes, we out here. We aligning and doing big things. So I'm about to tap into this trailer, and then we gonna close on out, y'all. I'll see y'all next Saturday.
All right, y'all.
Peace and grace. Thank you for shining and rising. Chakra DJ here to tell you of a summer fun gathering known as High Soul Gathering. It begins final Friday of May and continues each month until August. It's held in the beautiful green sceneries of Tabernacle, New Jersey. It's a 3-day camping experience which includes workshops, fun activities, vendors, and of course, the high vibrational blends of Chakra DJ. You can either stay the full weekend or spend the day with us. We promote self-care and common unity. It's a unique experience for you and the family. Tickets and information are available on Eventbrite under High Soul Summer 2022. Look us up.